Alright, in this video today we're going to discuss tasks and smart tasks. Both are pretty much the same as far as what they deliver. A task in the system is pretty much just an actionable item that needs to be taken care of. It could be a number of things depending on your business and depending on what needs to be taken care of. In today's video, what I'm going to do is create a task that reminds myself or another user to send out brochures. So as far as tasks are concerned, they can be attached to customer records, leads and opportunities, or any number of transactions that we offer in the system, such as quotes, orders, work orders, POs, things like that. So when you first log into the system, you'll see your My Day page, which is what we're looking at now. If you have any tasks that need to be taken care of, those will show over here under the taskbar. So it'll give you a number that says, hey, you have one task that needs to be completed, and the task details for that will be down here. So right now I have one pending task. The customer is for ABC Corp, and it's due on Friday the 8th. Okay, so I need to send out a thank you card for ABC Corp currently, and I can do this. I can then complete the task by either checkboxing this, put a little checkbox there, it'll say mark as completed, or I could have gone directly into the customer account as well. So I'm going to go into customer records. ABC Corp is here, so I can pull them up, look at their record, and then over here is the task pane. So as you can see, I'll click this, and this is the thank you card that I just completed. So I could also uncheck it. If I needed to do something to it, I can come in here and edit it. Maybe I need to reassign it to somebody else, whatever it might be. So you can do that. You can manage it from here, from the actual record, wherever it's been set up as. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. Okay, so it's refreshing here. So I already completed it, but I unchecked it, so now it's refreshed and it's telling me it needs to be done again. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and check it again, because it is done. Okay, we're done with that. We also have a task up here to send thank you cards. I'm going to go ahead and delete this one. I'm going to recreate it so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so for the send brochures, the one that I did down here, basically what I did is you have a few options. If you're setting up a task for yourself, you just come in here, put a due date, put a subject and description, and hit add task. That's automatically going to be assigned to you. You'll see it on your My Day page. And then of course, if you come into the customer record, you'll see it here as well. Now you also have the ability to create a task and assign it to somebody else. If you want to do that, what you'll need to do is hit this advanced task down here. So the advanced task is going to give you the same options that we have over here, the due date, subject, and description. But as you can see, it has a few other options as well. So what I'm going to do is recreate it. I'm going to say send brochures. And in this case, I'm going to assign it to somebody. We'll do Greg Johnson again, just so you can see that. And you have a couple other options. So the status, pretty straightforward. Priority, either high, normal, or low. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it as normal. And let's see, if I wanted to be notified when complete, I can checkbox this. So basically, by putting a check in that box, once Greg completes this task and hits that checkbox to say this is completed, because I'm the one that's creating this smart task, I'll receive a notification via email that says that Greg has taken care of that particular task. Okay, so pretty straightforward. The action dates are just that. So you have your start date and due date that you can put in. You don't have to mess with them. You can always leave them as is. But in this case, I'm going to leave the start date like that, and I'm going to say it's due on the 8th at 5 o'clock. So we'll do that, and I'll say send brochures once again. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit save. All right, so that's good to go, and it's assigned to Greg. So now when Greg sees this, he'll see it whenever he logs into the system. It'll show up under My Day, under the task on My Day page, just like we were looking at before, and he'll know that he has things to take care of. Now, let's say, for example, Greg doesn't log into the system all the time. He's not in the system all day long. So I need to bring it to his attention that he has a task. So what you can do at that point, find the dispatch task button up top, click this, and basically what this does is sends an email notification to Greg, so he doesn't have to actually log into the system to know about this. He'll get an email in his Outlook or iCal or whatever, and it's going to say, hey Greg, you have a task to be completed, and it's going to give him a rundown on all the details that we see here. And then of course, if he wants to log in at that point, he can complete the task and let me know about it by doing so. Okay, so all that's pretty straightforward. Now, as far as the smart tasks are concerned, smart tasks are going to be exactly the same thing, but instead of manually going in and creating those tasks on the fly whenever things need to be done, smart tasks offer you the ability to put a task into place that triggers at certain points, whether it be a new lead is put into the system or a new customer or a new transaction, whatever might take place anytime a new record is created. The smart task will say, hey, there's a task that's appropriate for this action, and it will automatically engage and tell whoever is assigned to that record that that task needs to be taken care of, or whoever you have assigned that smart task to. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Okay, so again, it's going to refresh, and now we send now we see the latest task that we just created. Okay, so now let's go back over and take a look at the smart tasks. Okay, so I'm going to, let's see, we have a couple in here already. Let me just pull this up so you can take a look at it. So if I was creating a new one, it would be exactly like this. So smart task name, same as before, send brochures. You can assign it to whoever you want. So I'll say this is going to be assigned to Greg Johnson. You can make a due date if you want to, or you can leave it alone. And this is where you would actually specify the module. So it could be a customer record, it could be a new location that's entered, it could be a lead, so a new lead record is put into place, a quote, order, these are all the transactions that I was talking about. So anytime a new transaction is put into place or any record for any of these modules, basically a smart task can be triggered to be put into place. So in this case, I'm going to say the module needs to be for leads. I'm going to leave the priority as high, so that's good to know. And maybe we need to send out, brochures, but maybe we have a few different brochures. So what I'm going to say here now is I'm going to say add action item. Now this is optional. You don't have to do this. You can leave it alone. I could save this and be on my way. But just for example purposes, let's go ahead and add a couple of other action items to this task. So let's say one of those items is send brochures. So send brochures. We'll add a category that says category 1, okay, and we'll say add action. So now I have another checkbox, and let's go ahead and add another one. Let's say send marketing email, okay, and we'll add this to the same category just for the heck of it. And let's see what happens if I wanted to add a second category. So we have brochures, send a marketing email, and let's say attempt contact. Let's say attempt first contact. Okay, so we'll go ahead and say this category is contact. All right, so that looks good. I'm gonna hit that. So now I have category 1, which is the brochures and the marketing email that I want to send out, and I also want to try to make first contact. Maybe that's with an email, maybe it's with a phone call, whatever it might be. Okay, so again, these are just open-ended options, and what I'm doing today is just examples. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of that. Okay, so now that's been taken care of. So basically what I've done, I can go back in here, of course, and we'll see those still in place. So at this point, I've created a smart task for module. Then the module lead, or I'm sorry, the module in this case is for leads. And then, anytime that a new lead is put into the system, Greg Johnson is going to be assigned to automatically take care of these actionable items. So let's see how that looks, okay? So let's go ahead and close out of that. We're going to jump back over to the leads area. All right, so here's the leads, here's my list of leads, and we're gonna add a new lead record into the system. So we'll say this is company 123. All right, you can assign this to whoever. I'll put this for Greg as well. And you can complete everything as needed, but I'm just gonna keep it simple and just put in the company name up here, company 123. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and skip everything else just to save us some time. So let's go ahead and hit save. Okay, so now company 123 is in place. You know, if I come back over here to the leads and ops, we'll see the list that we were looking at before, and here's my new lead record. So let's go back into that. And as you can see, there's already a task that needs to be completed. So this was the smart task that I put into place. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So we'll click that. And as you can see below, here's the new tasks that I need to take care of. So maybe, you know, I get these two taken care of today, you know, so I check those off. I leave it as it is, and I go on with my workday, and I never come back to company 123 until tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning I log in, I see, you know, via my day page, you know, if I'm Greg Johnson in this case, I see that I still need to complete this task, and the only thing that's pending is make first contact. Okay, so I try to give him a call in the morning. I leave him a voicemail. Okay, so now I'm done with this task. I've taken care of each step down below, so I'm going to go ahead and check this one. And of course, now that all three are checked, it's going to check off right here and say that this task is 100% complete. Another good thing as far as managing tasks, you know, a smart task is just a task, so there's really no difference between the two, outside that a smart task is just something that triggers automatically. So let's say we needed to manage our tasks, whether that be a manager or a user that's looking at their own tasks, or you want to see your, you know, the whole team's tasks. You can do that as well by going over to the task module. So if we click this, we'll get to see all the tasks that are set up. So it looks like Greg is the only one that has one right now that's active, and this is the one that we, you know, recently put into place. If I say, hey, show me everything, because this list is always based on the filter. So right now it's just filtering out the active. So if I say show me all, then it's going to give me everything that's ever been put into the system. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sort by the number. Okay, so now it's putting into the order of the most recent. So these are the ones that I completed a minute ago. Send brochures that we saw on the lead for company 123. And this is the smart task that I created for company ABC Corp, which is not completed yet. So as you can see, the strike throughs mean that it was completed, and if it's not, if it doesn't have a strike through, then that just means that the task hasn't been completed yet. If it's past due or canceled, they'll show red. I think we have some down here. Yeah, so these are canceled, and if they're past due, they'll also show red. So that just gives you a bit of a hub to see everybody's tasks. It comes in handy too if you're a manager or you're having to look out for other people to make sure that they get their tasks done. This is the best place to come to look at everything all from a bird's eye view. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So hopefully this video has been helpful. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.